Joined now by the executive director of the Memorial Tournament, Dan Sullivan. Dan, I know it's a fluid situation. What is the latest on fans at the Memorial? You had hoped there would be fans. Will there be fans?
Yeah, there's no doubt it's fluid. Yes, absolutely. We will have fans. We've been really successful since last year's Memorial in accumulating interest in the tournament. And we have sold tickets along the way. But unfortunately, we're not going to be able to sell anymore. So we're working off of understanding the state's orders for capacities. We're also paying attention to our partner in the PGA Tour and their requirements week to week within the PGA Tour. And so we will be at 35% capacity. And we're going to maintain that number. We have a significant waiting list that unfortunately we're communicating to today that they will not be able to gain access to the tournament through the tournament office. And we look to have a great year, number one, in 2021, and welcome the fans that are coming and have purchased tickets. And then we look to 2022 and opening up for full capacity.
We've seen different things out there. 35% of capacity. What kind of number of people are we looking at?
Yeah, we have not shared our attendance for years since the beginning, since 1976, and we'll continue on that. Just keep in mind that we take into account our full landscape on the golf course. So that's the complete 2.2 million acres that surround our property that people have access to. So we're going to work within that number to make sure that we feel comfortable in the number of folks that we have on property, as well as ensure that they're getting around the golf course safely.
As far as social distancing and those type of protocols, what will you have in place? And last we talked, you thought everyone was going to have to wear a mask.
Yeah, we expect that everyone will continue to have to wear a mask. And that's a combination of what we hear from the CDC, which they came out last week communicating specifically about sporting events being outside and recommending or requiring face masks. We're also paying attention to what the PGA Tour offers with their recommendations, and we're trying to make sure that they're all matched up. So we will have masks required for everyone who comes on property, other than when they're eating or drinking, or if they have a condition that says otherwise. We know that people are getting vaccinated. We are a huge proponent of making sure that everyone is vaccinated, but even vaccinated, at this point, we are going to require masks during the tournament week as people enter our property and walk around our property.
About large gathering points, what are you going to do to kind of keep that under control?
Yeah, we're going to communicate to everyone to spread out across the golf course, which they typically do. We understand where there are high congregation areas, number 18, number 14, and we'll have a plan in place to ensure that people are spread out. If they're with their family, great, but we're going to ask folks to respect each other's space, respect the process that we have in place, and respect that the virus still exists among us, and to spread out along those landscapes. And we'll have our volunteers and staff to ensure we're communicating that message.
We're about 3 weeks out from the tournament. 35% is the number you're working with now. Do you think that could change, or you pretty much is this going to be it?
No, I'm really hopeful that it could change, but I don't think it will. We're 3 weeks out, as you said. Everyone is doing their job. The state of Ohio, Franklin County, the PGA Tour, everyone has a job to do. And so we've had significant conversations over the last couple of weeks. And ultimately, we needed to make sure that we established a plan going forward. This was the right time to do it. So we're out communicating that. And I don't expect us to change that.
As you look at this field, how strong is it? And we're seeing more and more big names come on board.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tremendous field. One thing that's happening on the PGA Tour is that you think about the international players and the European players. They aren't traveling across the world as they normally do. So we'll have the benefit of some international players or European players that may not necessarily play in the Memorial every year. And then we're very fortunate and humbled by the fact that we have a great field every single year. This year will be no different. And as we go the next couple of weeks, we're looking forward to sharing all those names.
I want to go back to one other thing. You mentioned 35% of capacity. Given that fact, this tournament is sold out right now, right?
It is. Yeah, we communicated in the release that we're suspended sales. By all terms, we are sold out. We will not be selling any more tickets.
Some people are going to say, hey, I just want to know how many people will be there.
Right.
it's a tradition that you don't release the attendance, but is there any kind of ballpark figure you can
Yeah,
give?
it is, and it's not just the convenience of COVID. It is a tradition that we've had for years. We've never communicated the number of tenants per day or throughout the entire weekend, and we're going to hold to that.
As far as protocols for folks that are going to be coming out, anything else that, obviously the COVID is a big one. Anything else they need to keep in mind coming out this year?
Yeah, we are going to be cashless, so no cash being exchanged. It'll all be on credit cards, so concession and merchandise. We'll make sure that every one of our venues, temporary facilities, whether you're in concession area or merchandise or in one of our hospitality areas, are managed in a way that people can get in and out safely and without crowding. That may mean there will be some long lines around for concessions. And we're going to just have to be patient and work together to ensure that we're able to accommodate everyone out here. We will not have bleachers on the golf course, so there'll be plenty of grass area for people to hang out and sit on hillsides. That's the beauty of Muirfield Village Golf Club and the way Jack designed it. There are hillsides everywhere around this golf course for vantage points. We will not be taking temperatures, so we don't have to worry about that. We want everyone to pay attention to their own health leading into tournament week. And the day that they come out here, if they're not feeling well, please stay home. And we'll make sure that we're doing all that we can from a protocol standpoint, sterilization and sanitizing around the property. So we're doing our part in making a clean and safe environment.
So for folks that are coming, will you guys hand out masks again this year, or do they need to bring their own?
Yeah, we ask everyone to bring their own, but we will have extra masks in case somebody does forget, which happens all the time. I do it too. We'll have masks in bulk if somebody forgets their mask and didn't bring it in with them.